Julie is a very intelligent woman. She trusted her husband to do everything and take care of everything, and he probably was saying to her, oh, honey, don't worry your sweet little head about it. And in the meantime, his actions were putting her into serious financial jeopardy. Now that they're separated, hopefully soon to be divorced, we have a woman who had really no place to live, had to talk her way into somebody renting a place to her because she had a bad credit score, and really was just left after 27 years of being with somebody, really with absolutely nothing to her name at the age of 46 and having to start over simply because she didn't pay attention to her own money and trusted. Do we have that right, Julie?
Absolutely.
Welcome back to a one-on-one who says she's ready to start over from scratch after a failed marriage and nothing in the bank. Julie is not her real name, and we have put her in shadow so she can speak freely. She joins me from Texas. Julie is 48 years old and works for a nonprofit. She has 3 children, an adult son, and 2 at home, ages 13 and 11. Julie was married for 27 years. She is now separated and in the middle of a divorce. Julie, I want you to tell everyone what brought you to me tonight.
Hi, Susie. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be on your show. I'm ready to start over. I'm taking my financial situation, and I decided for my New Year's resolution that I would get my credit reports together and look at where I was financially. And I opened them up and I started going through them a little bit at a time. Now I'm ready to take on what I have left debt-wise, get it behind me, and move on financially. Get moving forward and create a positive influence on my children's life, make sure that they are financially stable, and just keep going.
So, Julie, I think it's really, really important that the audience watching this understands that you're in shadow, number one, because you are currently going through a divorce, and we don't want anything to go haywire with that, because the divorce is necessary for you to move on with your life. But I really want people to get what happened to you. Just, you gotta give me a little background.
Well, the marriage started to fall apart about 10 years ago, or probably longer than that. We had never really had a good financial relationship. We didn't discuss things. It was sort of a control issue. He handled the bills. He stopped making payments on anything that was in my name. My credit is destroyed. We're in the middle of a foreclosure on our family home. I left him and have been reestablishing myself. As I've looked back over my credit report, the damage that has been done to me financially, my FICO scores are horrible. I couldn't even purchase a car if I wanted to at anything less than 15% interest. I don't have a huge amount of debt per se, but my credit scores, because he made the choices not to pay anything in my name, are awful.
All right. And so, everybody, what I want you to understand that Julie is saying is that Julie is a very intelligent woman. She is very involved in helping people and do the right thing. She wasn't involved in her own life. She trusted her husband to do everything and take care of everything, and he probably was saying to her, oh, honey, don't worry your sweet little head about it. And in the meantime, his actions were putting her into serious financial jeopardy, really has not come through on anything to take care of anything. Now that they're separated, hopefully soon to be divorced, we have a woman who had really no place to live, had to talk her way into somebody renting a place to her because she had a bad credit score, and really was just left after 27 years of being with somebody, really with absolutely nothing to her name at the age of 46 and having to start over simply because she didn't pay attention to her own money and trusted. Do we have that right, Julie?
Absolutely. I really did trust him to take care of what was necessary for our family. And he wasn't even making certain our house payments were made in order to keep a roof over our children's heads.
All right, everybody, let's look at really what Julie has going on with her money so you can see this. She has 0 in retirement, but the good news is she will be getting a pension. With 3 kids. She has $1,035 in an emergency fund. She has 0 in investments, 0 in a home. She does have consumer debt of $27,000, mortgage debt of $126,000. She has a negative net worth at the age of 48 of $152,000 approximately. Thank you very much, husband of 27 years. Let's look at her income versus her expenses. Julie on her own has been doing just fine. She has take home of $4,053 a month. Her current monthly expenses are $3,888 a month, so she still has in excess of $165 a month. I want you to listen to me closely because it's driving me a little crazy. I just have to say, for the fact that you are paying almost $550 a month to drive a car that is in his name and it's his loan. And you're paying for it, and he's letting you do so, and you're paying for it, but you don't really have $550 to pay to drive a car, because that is a lot of money, all because you don't think you can get a car loan. Now, you said 2 things. You can't even get a car loan unless it's at a 15% interest rate. Well, what if you got a really, really cheap car? And even at a 15% interest rate, your payments would be less than $550 a month. Have you ever thought of that?
I have, and I've been looking into it over the last few weeks, so that is something that I have been working towards. I just haven't been able to secure that at this point.
So, Julie, here is what I want you to know. Your credit is in shambles, and the way that you repair credit is over time. You can't rush. There's no company that can repair your credit. You just simply, having to go forward, need to make sure that your bills are paid on time, you never go over your credit limits, and you don't really ever accumulate any debt, so you have a low debt to credit limit ratio. That will happen in time. In just a few years, you'll be back up there. So that's not a big deal. What I do want to say is this. After looking at your finances, you have a home that's in your name. You're on the mortgage. He wasn't paying it. That's in foreclosure right now. Let it go into foreclosure. Let it go. There's nothing you can do about it. Don't worry about it. It's not going to hurt your credit scores more than they've already been hurt in the past. So don't let that get you down. Next, you have about $6,000 of credit card debt that I know has also been bothering you. Don't let it bother you. A good portion of that credit card debt has already passed the statute of limitations. In Texas, there's a 4-year statute, which means if your credit cards have been in collections for 4 years or longer, you do not legally owe a penny on that money anymore. They may still be there, they may be calling you, but as long as you do not promise to make them a payment or send in a payment, it's over. If you send in a payment or promise to, the statute of limitations starts all over again, so don't do that. You have one other credit card, then in just 1 year, it will be past the statute of limitations. So do you understand? Forget about the credit card debt, gone. Already done its damage. Fixing it isn't going to help your credit score. Forget about the home, foreclosure, gone. Already done its damage to your credit score the way that it is now. Here's the bottom line, my dear Julie. There is good news on the horizon. And I was looking, and if you just would work until you were approximately 67 years of age, between your pension and your Social Security, you will be making after taxes exactly what you're making right now. Your expenses will go down. Things will be okay for you. So there is hope. Do you understand that?
I do.
So you're really doing just fine. Just make smart moves with your money and you go after him with guns blazing, my dear Texan, and you make sure you get every penny out of him that you deserve, and more if you ask me.